Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Deka. Are you ready to be at war? Well, let's get you a handbook of wartime. Bharat is ready to strike Pakistan following the dastardly Pahalgam attack in which 26 innocents lost their lives. Pakistan continues to maintain that it is innocent, that it has links to terrorism, and it was not behind the most recent attack. The terror state cannot deny the evidence that we are going to show today. In fact, we are going to show you just how there is preparedness all across India. But what is this preparedness for? What should you, being a citizen of India, prepare for? That's what we are going to discuss over the next half hour as India and Pakistan tensions have been simmering. It's no longer just the military that is gearing up. The citizens become the first responders, the first line of defense. From first aid to fire security, from bunker rules to blackout protocols, a civil defense handbook is fast becoming the manual for survival. Tomorrow, Bharat is going to gear up, flipping the script for preparedness. A massive civil defense mock drill is currently underway, not one, not 10, but across 244 districts. From the snowy stretches of Jammu and Kashmir to the dune of Rajasthan, from the borders of Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat to the heart of the capital in Delhi. As you can see, across in Uttarakhand, in Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, the drill is going to be held nationwide. The message here is loud and clear. Bharat is ready. Bharat is alert. Bharat is on the defense mode. So viewers, sirens are the first and most crucial line of warning during a war. Used as an essential part of a defense alarm system, sirens serve to notify both civilians as well as military forces of incoming threats, be it air raids, missile attacks or bombings. Their blaring sound gives people critical moments to seek shelter or respond as per emergency protocol. But what types of sirens are there? Do you know how you should be responding to different types of sirens? How do the people know when danger is lurking? Listen in as we decode the sound of safety.
कैसे ये सायरन काम करता है, क्या मतलब होता है, कैसे साउंड आएगा, कैसे लोगों को समझना है कि एयर रेड हो रही है?
ऐसा है, ये जो सायरन ऐसे आपात स्थिति में जब हमारी बिजली डैमेज हो जाती है, जब हमारे इलेक्ट्रिक संसाधन नहीं चलेंगे तो हैंड सायरन बहुत काम करता है। और इसमें जो है जैसे इसकी जो है आवाज अब ऊपर नीचे होती है, इसका मतलब ये होता है कि आप दुश्मन देश आपके ऊपर हवाई हमला करने वाले हैं। तो हम इससे जनता को जागरूक करने के लिए इसको ऊपर नीचे जैसे अप डाउन ऐसे करते हैं, इससे संकेत होता है। उसका जब हम एक इसका आवाज में चलेगा ये, तो उसका मतलब आपका संकेत टल गया।
So how should you act when you hear these sirens? Well, today we have two special guests. We have here in the studio, we have Squadron Leader Krishan Mitroo. He is a consultant of disaster management. And it's very important for us to understand, Squadron Leader Mitroo, as we were discussing, the different sounds of siren. Many people think siren means an alarm, a warning. But these are the sounds of saving life, isn't it?
You see, thank you very much for inviting me to your channel. Siren is meant for giving three kinds of audio alarms. One is an orange siren, which is long beep. And for that long beep, the duration is about 10 seconds.
10-second long beeps.
10-second long beach, and then it subsides, picks up again, and then it subsides repeatedly. Then comes the red warning. Red warning is a continuous blow of the siren, which indicates that threat is imminent.
Means any minute now.
It is on.
It's on.
It is on. If it is an air threat, it means that it could be on you or in your area in another 2 minutes.
Okay.
On the higher side. Then comes the green siren. It is again long siren with breaks repeatedly. Now, there are three kinds of sirens that we have.
In fact, these are the visuals that we
What we are seeing here is a manual siren machine. This has air vents, and when these air vents revolve in this box, it cuts the sound with the air.
But significantly, it does not require any electricity. It does not require power.
No, it does not require any power. If you may have noticed that in every city, there was a time when we used to blow the siren at 10 o'clock in the morning. And again, I think 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening. That is the assembly time for the offices and the stand-down time for the offices. That was a normal practice.
Right.
But it was felt that that kind of a siren may confuse the people in the wartime.
May sound alarmist.
Yes. So this kind of a siren, it has a very small range of maybe about 200 to 300 yards, maybe 500 yards, not more than that. But the electric siren, which is hoisted on top of a high...
How far can we hear it?
This depends upon the strength of the siren. Normally, it is edible within about 10 to 15 kilometers radius.
10 to 15 kilometers. In case you have an electric siren, it will be sound much larger. However, the advantage of a siren like this is a manual siren that we are getting you visuals of, is that it can operate even without power. Let's say electricity has been snapped off. You can still continue to use this and warn people of impending danger. In fact, sir, do hold on with us, because it's important that we bring out the second most vital lifeline. If in a wartime, what is the second most important thing that you have to live for? Well, those living in border states, of course, it is the bunker. You can see the visuals there, a safe haven during raids. In such times, follow only the official instructions. Do not follow the WhatsApp forwards. We are going to repeat this yet again. Follow official instructions, not the WhatsApp university. Carry only your essentials, your ID, your water, your flashlight, your medicines. Always keep a go bag ready. Stay put until the all clear sign has been given, and remember the don'ts as well. What are the don'ts? No phones, and definitely don't block any of the exits with anything that you are carrying with it. And more importantly, don't light any flames, even if it is for food. You may just give out your position if you start lighting flames or give any kind of a smoke alert to the enemy. Preparations, of course, are already underway in key border areas. In fact, let's get you this ground report.
As we are entering these bunkers, you can see that the cleanliness has already been done. The cleaning of the debris has been done, and even no vegetation is inside, because these bunkers were not used since many years, but right now they have been cleaned. You can see that the bunkers are cleaned, so that as an operational site, to show the cleaned and operational site, so that to reassure the viewers, so that whoever takes place here, whether it's an army personnel or the public out takes shelter here, so that it is breathable also, and even clean also, and livable also.
Well, let me go across to Squadron Leader Mitroo. Sir, what is your advice to those who must evacuate and run for cover in a bunker?
Bunker by itself is of various types. Normally, you can have your basement of a building used as a bunker, because that's our strongest room. Number one, that basement, whichever is being used as a bunker in case of war for saving yourself, you must have an open exit. Like you said just now, do not block the staircases. That is very dangerous, even in normal conditions. I have seen you go to a multi-story building. Under the staircase, there is a generator kept, there are a pile of newspapers kept. There are various other things. Never do that.
Never do that.
Never do that. Now, other type of bunkers are starting from a small bunker. It's a rectangular shape. You
Something
dig up,
similar as the visuals that we were showing. It's a much smaller in size
much
bunker.
smaller. You dig the ground, and maybe you line it with bricks, or even without that. Dig the ground so that one or two or more people can sit there comfortably crouched. You don't have to be standing in a bunker.
If you don't have too much space, you can make a smaller bunker.
Yes.
It may not be an absolute
Yes.
basement.
And this bunker, which you make outside your residence or the working space, it must be dug on a soft ground.
Okay.
To accommodate a pre-decided number of people. You can have this kind of a bunker as long as you want. Distance-wise, it could be snaking through a lot of areas, but it should never be a straight line.
Okay, that's interesting.
It
because
is-
then
it-
it's predictable pattern.
Yes, that's a predictable pattern. And if anybody, if he stands on one side, he can take a shoot. on
Okay, that's
all
a
the-
very important point. When you are building a bunker, it should not be in a predictable
It should
pattern,
be-
one after the other, one after the other.
Yes, it should be either a zigzag, W-shaped, or snake type.
It should be zigzag, W-shaped, or a snake type,
Snake.
so that there is no predictable pattern. If
That's
one
right.
of them is discovered,
That's
it's not like all of them will get taken out.
Now, what we have seen in Israel and Hamas,
Yes. There were a lot of bunkers, especially
they-
in the border areas of Israel.
yes, they have, and also there's a live example in India where Pakistanis have dug bunkers under the border, under the no man's
Land. They've been-
under
tunnels
that,
that they've been
and
making.
tunnels, and which has opened in our territories. They do that for transporting the terrorists. Now, the same way Hamas people have also done. They have dug bunkers in tall buildings.
Yes.
They have accommodated food, medicine, weaponry, arms and ammunition. May not be, you can't carry a big gun or something, but
Of course.
handheld weapons, you
Absolutely.
can always use them.
Yes, we've seen that in the Hamas terror
Yes.
tunnels that here on Times Now too we have been showing to our viewers. But that gives you a sense of what an underground bunker really looks like and how little space, which is why you must take only essentials. But let's also not forget, one of the critical things in case there is civil defense which is required is going to be medical aid. Medical aid during war and emergencies is going to be vital in saving lives, preventing disease outbreaks, and ensuring that the wounded get timely care. Even the children in schools are now preparing for emergency-like situations. Watch this.
तरीके से सतर्क है। देखिए अलर्ट की आवाज आई, लाइटें बंद कर दी। देखिए सबने सारी लाइट फैन बंद कर दिए हैं और बच्चे अपने बेड पर जाकर दूसरी दिशा में लेट गए। ये देखिए तस्वीरें देख लीजिए, कानों को ढक लिया है, लाइटें ऑफ कर दी हैं, पंखे बंद कर दिए हैं और नीचे शेड जो बना हुआ है ये आप देखेंगे लोहे का पूरा शेड है। ये वैसे इनके बेड हैं जिस पे सोते हैं, लेकिन ऊपर की तरफ नहीं है। लाइटें बंद कर दी हैं और एक बेड पर जितने भी बच्चे नीचे की तरफ आ सकते हैं उन्होंने अपने आप को सेफ करने की कोशिश की है।
Well, in fact, sir, one of the worst nightmare for any parent is to worry about where that child would be. If that child is not with them, if they can't keep them safe, what if the children are in school? How important is the role of a school in ensuring security of children? How important is going to be the training that they give to them?
In fact, it is very essential, not only for the children, but even for the grown-ups. Because you could be at work, you could be in a hospital, a patient. What do you do then? Schools, children, yes, because they are innocent, they don't know, they are not trained. It's more difficult to put them to safety. Now, as you said, that you should carry your essentials. Regarding that, there's a very, very particular issue that I always advocate. We must make a suitable rucksack or a backpack kind of a thing. In that, the most essentials are lightweight blanket,
Okay, yeah.
one night suit of yours, your medicines, at least 2 to 3 bottles of 2-liter water, your medicines, your phone chargers, you should also have a telephone directory of emergency numbers and of your relatives and friends where you can stay in contact in case you are in a bunker and the building has collapsed. Then what do? That mobile phone and the mobile phone charger, in a bunker, you must have an electricity connection. You normally have, but you switch it off whenever there's an air
This
raid.
is a tip which can save lives.
Yes,
Keep
it
a
will.
physical directory of phone numbers available with you, of your relatives, of emergency numbers. And you must carry your mobile phone, your mobile charger. Every bunker must come with an electrical point. These tips are literally going to save lives. In fact, I'll just come to you. Let's also tell our viewers how mock drills aren't just routines. They are in fact now the spine of our national defense preparedness. As the civil defense mechanism activates across multiple states, these drills are now being conducted with 5 critical agendas. From forces to first responders, is the system ready to respond in real time? How equipped are the local authorities, hospitals, civilians and infrastructure? What are the weak spots? Which gaps could risk lives during a strike? This is where the drill becomes real. Everything missed is being reviewed and rectified. Outdated bunkers, sirens, alert systems, it's all being upgraded to 2025 standards. So, sir, final comments. What is your final warning? And let's call it a lifesaver for our viewers.
My lifesaver is that every person in a family, if you are at home, of course, you must have those kits ready, the backpack. Even a small child will have a suitable backpack for him. You can't put him on you can't put a blanket in his kit, but you can put essential clothings.
Water.
So, water, maybe for a smaller child, diapers. Maybe for lactating mother, the milk bottles, etc. They are very essential. Now, whether in office or at home or in workplace, you must have one rucksack or backpack for each occupant. Even if it is an office and there are 200 people working, all those 200 people must have their individual backpack close to them on where they are sitting. So that in case of an emergency, they can very quickly, I would like to run over. This is basically, mock drill is basically a SWOT, SWOT affair. That means
Analyze.
You analyze your
Preparedness. Absolutely.
You must know your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Threats from not only from an enemy.
So that's a very important point. That mock drill is a SWOT analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and your threats. Do not take it lightly. Thank you so much, ever so much, Squadron Leader Krishan Mitroo.
One small point I would like to mention. Kindly give me, it's very useful.
Okay.
In disaster management, we have 3 principles. Plan, prepared, practice, and review.
Right.
Update from the lessons learned.
Absolutely.
This
Learn
is
from
very,
the lessons learned, and that is very great advice which is coming in. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Hopefully, this is going to go a long way to help our viewers as well. Do not panic. You must prepare. Without a short break.